It was fantastic. It was one of those visits I just wanted to catch up with everybody, see everybody, because we had a bye week, obviously, so I had a little extra time off on my hands. But it was great to see all the guys, see all the commits, hang out with the players after the game. But, yeah, it was a dominant win, really. I love to focus on their offense. I really, evaluated their offense versus a team of less competition, I should say. Georgia Southern's still a good team, but I just watched them dominate and watch USC ball. So it was a really good visit I had, and I'll be at the Michigan game too to watch some real Big Ten ball. So
nice. Anything specific that you watch from the interior offensive line that you're trying to take away from what they do in terms of whether it be schematics or personnel use? You watching anything specifically to kind of envision yourself?
Yeah, I like they used a little more 12 personnel using both of those tight ends in there. They also ran the ball. They have a great running back in Lineman Jordan. So, and I love what that offensive line is. They play physical, and I love to see it. But also, I'm evaluating, how they play every single play if they take plays off, because eventually I'm going to be there, and I want to get a spot and dominate.
Now you're a vocal guy out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
With wins like this, man, how do you? I mean, you seem to keep that energy, even though you could very easily walk into a game like this and be flat-footed and just roll your helmets out there.
Yeah, I mean, we all believe the same. That's how I look at it. We all play football, and every team's going to treat us like the Super Bowl. Like you saw when we played New Jersey, a team that we should have put this many points up on. Was in the game with us.
Yeah.
And that's because we shot ourselves in the foot. So, coming to games like these, I just really want to focus on my technique, communication. They brought some, stuff that, is they brought blitzes, stuff that's like not regular for a team of this caliber. So just, focusing, communicating, and obviously finishing to the whistle, because that's what I do every single play. And, that's how I am. But yeah, just trying not to go down to their level of competition and rise to us and play IMG football.
Yeah, your guy Mark had a game last night,
yeah,
and they ended up losing.
Yeah.
Probably a game that they could have won because they came back. And you're out here. Do you get to hang out with him at all? Do you guys talk?
His family's up in the stands. So
nice.
I'm gonna go have dinner with them.
Nice.
Yep.
With you guys, how was watching that game together? And you guys, this class is obviously already kind of put together.
Yeah.
How much camaraderie is built already, and what do you guys say to each other? What are these group texts like?
That's a ton. I mean, me and the guys, we're all so personal and so close. It's insane because you don't really see this with other schools that have all these commits. We're all so tight-knit and such a close group. And, we all come from different backgrounds, but a lot of us know each other from, let's say youth ball or, know each other from high school ball.
When did you and Mark actually start playing together?
We played against each other ever since 4th grade.
Okay.
He was on the Castle Rock Raptors. I was on the Douglas County Warriors. And then in 7th and 8th grade, we ended up making a super team.
Oh,
so
nice.
Mark was actually my quarterback for 2 years.
Oh, he was a quarterback.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Now, you ever give him stuff about playing tight end now?
Yeah. I mean,
what happened, Mark?
I knew he was always going to be a tight end.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to Valor Christian together, and that's when he, reclassed down and moved out to California. But, I always knew that dude was going to be special. And playing next to him, protecting him in the youth football, that was my guy. Your quarterbacks are the main guy, especially as an offensive lineman. That's the guy that you want to fight and die to protect. So, he doesn't play quarterback now, and he's on the other side blocking for the running backs and quarterbacks and catching balls. But otherwise, I take a bullet for Mark. That's my best friend, and I can't wait to do it at the next level.
I guess finally, what keeps you committed to USC? What's the thing for USC right now? You come away from that visit.
Yeah.
You've been out here again, just trying to get those Southern California vibes. What is it that you think of when you wake up in the morning? I'm a Trojan. What kind of reinforces
just
that?
Kind of foresight in the future, kind of seeing what we can do. And they're off to a great start this season. We'll see how. You know what time their game versus Purdue starts?
It's going right now. It was 10-0 the last time I saw it.
17-3 halftime.
USC up?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so I just want to come in there with a bunch of people and kind of build this thing up. So I'm kind of looking in the future as less of the now, because they're not gonna. Unless something crazy happens, it's gonna be hard for them to go to the national championship this year. Right. And that's just the truth of it, and that's just the facts. Coming into USC and making an impact, it's going to be on me, but I want to make an impact early. And, I'm going to work my ass off every single day to go in there and compete for a spot. But, coming in there with a bunch of guys that just love ball and, have camaraderie, like you said, and, bringing this thing up to a national championship.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Breck.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you.
Hey, what are your conversations like with the USC coaching staff now that you're committed? Chad Bowden said that he was going to recruit you guys harder after you guys committed.
Still the same. These guys are ready for us to come up there, but, I think it's a lot more love. We can joke around with each other because now I'm committed. They're not worried about me going anywhere else. But, Yeah, I mean, same. They're in contact with me a lot. Chad, all the guys, Coach Dog, Coach Hansen, Coach Riley. I mean, every weekly, daily. I mean, I get phone calls and texts from them.
I won't take you too much longer. But what were the conversations like with Mark after the last game? Like you mentioned, the opponent wasn't all that tough.
Yeah.
But were there any takeaways that you guys can even if it's not from the football field, off the field?
You know, just kind of modern day football. We always joke each other. Modern day would be IMG if we played. I'm just saying that. I love Mark, but like we give him shit.
Yeah.
Give him give him stuff. But yeah, me and Mark are always joking around. But you know, we also like he stayed the night at my hotel. You know, I'm going to his house tonight. Like, you know, we're just talking about life. Like we're buddies. Like that's how it is. It's like if you and your best friend, you know, talked about life. You know, we play football so much that I like to not talk about football a ton because just every day is football. So.
Last question: how much are your parents enjoying it? Your parents and Mark's parents?
Oh, I mean, they're here now. We're about to go to their house, so they're loving it. I mean, you know, having that relationship with that family. I mean, it's great people all around. So it's awesome, and they're really excited. And my mom, especially, she's out on Twitter with her little Twitter fingers. I call her because she found out Twitter, and you know, after she found out about Twitter, she can't stop tweeting things. But you know,
she's good at it.
Yeah, she's good at it. That's what I said. But she's happy. My dad's ecstatic to be, you know, happy closer together.
All right. Appreciate your time, man.
Fight on.